Hey everybody, it's Mark Yagi. Welcome to a market pulse for September 19th, 2025. We are in a green market, so I hope you're playing it that way. This is kind of a melt up. Just talking about it with my mastermind group, and we all, look at how this market is melting up. And the Fed this week announced a 25 basis point cut on the interest rates. And while everybody was kind of hoping for a 50-cent cut or 50 basis point cut, we didn't get it. We got a 25, which is, there's a whole little battle going on between Powell and Trump. And you'll be seeing a video here in the next couple of weeks about why that's going on, what the new financial system is going to look like, because I think we're in the middle of a major change in our financial system. And part of it is this interest rate play. Like, we are beyond the area of where we can salvage the 37 trillion in debt. So there's some shenanigans or some refinancing that's going on behind the scenes. We're not going to default in the debt other than inflating our way out of it, but it's an inflation with a bit of a shift in the underlying financials. So I'll tease you with that. And without further ado, let me just kind of go into what the heck is going on in the market. So let's talk about it. One second, let me get to the right screen here. Okay, so what we got here is this was last week, this is this week, 4 green lights. We are melting up. We've been melting up since about August 15th. Mid-August is where we are. We're at the end of September, almost at the end of September now. So it's been long. It could go longer, but the Fed is going to do 2 more interest rate cuts this year, they say. And so if they do, that's going to provide probably more fuel to the fire. Now, we are at all-time highs. The NASDAQ is showing us an all-time high. The S&P 500 is at an all-time high. Look at how long it's been melting up from down here all the way up to here. Just keeps melting up. Now, eventually melt-ups come to an end, but sometimes they go on for a long time before they do. Every yin has a yang, every up has a down, every light has a dark. Right now we're in the light, and let's call it the yin, and we're in the up right now. But the other side is coming. I'm not saying you need to prepare for it. You should always prepare for it. But it's right now it's not here. So we are hitting all-time highs. And people back in here were like, yeah, but Mark, we're hitting all-time highs. Isn't it overbought or whatever? Shouldn't we sell? And you know what? You can't hit all-time highs unless you hit an all-time high. That's just the definition of them. So we're melting up. All right, New York Stock Exchange doing the same thing. The VIX down below the moving average. Popped a little bit a couple days ago, but the VIX is looking like people want to be in the market. AppLovin, look at this chart. This has been a crazy chart. I talked about this, and I'm in this, by the way, in this little melt up. I and Juicy Joe, my friend, have covered calls on App, and we are in the money the entire way and making money the entire way. So if you don't think you can make money using in the money covered calls, I've got some empirical evidence that tells you otherwise, because you protect the downside, but you're also making juice, which is the income, and that's what we're in it for. So it's a good trade for me and Juicy Joe. We're doing well on App, but look at how many days in a row of App closing near the high of the day's range. Now there's a gap on this chart right there that we can't forget about. But right now, this has got a personality shift. Look at all the blue. These are green candles, really, but they're called blue on this system. And I mean, there's a lot of high volume blue bars. This stock is melting up. Now, this is a little bit steep, which means a correction is coming. I don't know when it's coming, but I want to be ready for it. The way I'm ready for it is I'm in the money using covered calls. Apple is a totally different game, right? Apple's in a consolidation between 260 and 170. And it's been in there for almost a year, practically a year, I would say, coming up on a year, like 8 months, let's say, okay? But it's doing this little stair step thing, goes up and consolidates, goes up, consolidates, goes up and consolidates. Are there a couple more until it gets to the all-time high? I don't know. They just had their announcements this week, last week about new products. Pretty cool stuff coming out there, but not like the past. Just some stuff, some new earpods and AirPods that can translate. Some new phone stuff, nothing exciting. Tim Cook is not an innovator, and so you're not seeing it in Apple. Love Apple, though. NVIDIA, to me, NVIDIA is the one that I want to be watching. It's in a second stage base, still an early stage. I like NVIDIA here for an investment for me. I don't recommend this to anybody, except if it's something that you want to start researching, that's great. That's all I'm here for, is to kind of open your eyes to some things that I'm seeing on the screen. This isn't a consolidation, but I think that something's going to happen in NVIDIA. So I'm trying to prepare for when I'm going to get in that. I'm not in NVIDIA at this point. Palantir, I do have a position in, and Palantir is in a late stage base. So I wouldn't be adding to this position or buying this position. It's just in a late stage base. Could it go higher from here? Yeah, some late stages bases do go higher, but the probability for correction goes up the later the stage is. Amazon is in a breakout here from this little consolidation as well. I do have a position in Amazon. I announced it a couple of weeks ago, and it's right there where I see that there's a good spot to be in Amazon. Meta is doing well. They're now kind of becoming an AI play. Of course, they own Facebook and Instagram and a bunch of other stuff, but it's an interesting play here. They just came out with these Ray-Ban glasses that flash up what's going on with AI, and so it gives you context on what you're seeing, and you can kind of have a little conversation with it as you're going through your day. Could be the future. Pretty interesting stuff coming out of Meta. Microsoft, AI positioning going on there too. Nothing to worry about with Microsoft. Robinhood just keeps pushing these new all-time highs, which is interesting. If you just look at the chart, you can see it's pushing all-time highs. Not a spot for me to look at right now on there. Just all-time highs, and I'm looking for consolidations before I want to get involved in this one. Him and Hers Health is making consolidation. This is an early stage entry where I start to look at getting involved in that. Tesla is also on a breakout right now as well, based on nothing except maybe future announcements and Elon Musk buying $1 billion of his own stock. All right, green market, melt up going on. I hope you're involved in it, not sitting on the sidelines and being a chicken, because these opportunities don't always come around, and then eventually they end. And when they end, it gives you an opportunity to take a break, go to the golf course, go to the spa, take a trip, and then get ready for that next move higher, if that's going to happen, next green market. For right now, enjoy the green while we got it, and enjoy your weekend. I'll see you next week on the Market Pulse. Take care. Bye. So I need to put up a legal disclosure here. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes only. And this is entertainment, and it's not financial advice. Always do your own research before making financial decisions, and please be careful.